Hello, this is Jo. I'm back again with my second video, and this one is for the full moon, and depending on where you are, it's going to be at a different time, but I'm recording here in the UK, so it's Saturday morning in the UK, very early hours. Now is the perfect time for you to charge your crystals, if that's what you're into, so you can put those out ready for the full moon. But what I'm really going to be focusing on today is a bit of an energy report, what you can expect with this full moon, not just for the time that it peaks, but also the next few days afterwards, because we're at a really pivotal time, as I said in the last video. So if you want to know more about what I said in the last one, you just have to go back and find it. So I'm going to be pulling some cards and giving some guidance about how to navigate through the energy of this full moon, and give you some guidance about how you can kind of use it to your advantage, really, because it's very easy when the energies are really high for them to sweep us up, and we kind of get lost, just get carried away with them, blown about, battered about even. So what I hope to do is give you something that you can work with rather than it just sweeping you away. For me personally, I'm finding that things are calming down because I've adjusted to the higher energies, and so I'm able to cope with them a lot better. And unusually for me, I'm actually able to sleep at the moment. Whenever there's a full moon, usually for me, I really struggle to sleep, but I'm actually doing pretty well lately, so this is good. This could be famous last words. I might not sleep at all tonight, but there we go. We'll see what happens. So, this is what happens anyway. When we kind of first experience the high energies, we really can struggle to hold our balance and to manage it. And so I feel that that is probably going to apply to a lot of you, which is why I am here doing this video for you today. So if you are struggling, hopefully you find something that brings you some comfort, brings you something that you can work with to help you on your journey. So the first cards that I'm going to take is my trusty oldest deck that I actually got free with a spiritual magazine years ago. You can't even read the writing. I think the writing's rubbed off. So they are by Doreen and Melissa Virtue, and they are the Angel Dreams Oracle cards. So I'm going to start by taking some of these, and I'll just see where it takes me. I'm hoping that this video is not going to be as long as the last one. We don't need them to be that long all the time, but obviously that one did need to be that long. Okay, so we're looking for something that will help you to navigate this full moon energy. Okay, so it's very interesting because it's very similar to some of the things that I was talking about in the last video. First card we have is Violet, and there are keywords on there. I don't read cards by the keywords and specific meanings. I go with whatever comes out, whatever jumps out at the time. So this is my way in, and it unlocks, and then I get the message through, and the message can be completely different every time. So okay, what this card is telling me, that there are going to be very high vibrational energies coming in, and depending on where you're at in your journey, you will experience the energy in different ways. So any incoming energy that we are experiencing is always positive, although we may not experience it to be like that at the time. When we are first subjected to this high vibrational energy, it can stir up a lot of the 3D lower vibrational stuff, because you have to make room for this high vibrational energy to come in and to integrate. And so before you can even begin to do that, we have to shift the 3D lower vibrational fear-based negative energy. And so when you first come into contact with high vibrational energy, it can stir up crap for you and you can feel like crap. And so if that's you, please know that you're not doing anything wrong. You might have been on this journey for a while. You might have felt that you've been awakened for a while and you've got spiritual gifts and you're thinking, oh my God, why am I going backwards? You're not going backwards. This is like a deep clean for your soul. We are getting rid, once and for all of this 3D stuff. It has to go. And this high vibrational energy is helping us. So it might not feel like it's very nice. It might not feel like it's helping, but that's what it's doing. On the other hand, if you've been going through this clearing, and I know that some of you, especially those of you in my group, there's a link below for that if you want to join the Facebook group, the Energetic Shift group. I know that some of you have been going through this for a while, so you've kind of gone through the intense stuff. You might still be going through some of the intense stuff, but I know that some of you are getting to the place now where you're able to start to see the benefit of this high vibrational energy. So as this high vibrational comes in, you're still probably purging and clearing, and some of the stuff is being stirred up, but you're actually able to see the benefits where you're getting inspiration of what to do next. Messages from your soul are coming forwards. You're starting to get a new perspective. You're able to start seeing past the illusion of the 3D that it creates when you're stuck in that fear-based energy. You're starting to see through it. You're starting to see that this is all like a computer game, and the whole time we've been at the mercy of this computer game, whereas now we're able to start to realise, actually, I've got some control over this. I can start to create this world the way that I want it to be, because the way that they've tried to tell me in the 3D, that's not the way it really is. And so you're realising your own power, you're realising your own gifts. And so from my own experience, we go through stages and it's like a very bumpy ride. So it can feel like shit, and then you get some really lovely insight, but then you go back down again and up again and down again and up again. You think, oh my God, I thought I was going up and now I'm going down. That's the nature of the journey. So if that's you, please do not worry, because you're right with the energy. You're doing it right. Okay? So that's the first card, Violet. The next card. Now this is going to be for the days after the full moon has peaked. So probably from Sunday for a few days onwards. So this card is red. And again, I don't read the keywords. Although in this case, I do quite like one of the keywords in particular. It's survival. You may feel like you are just surviving at the moment. You're not living. You're kind of hanging on by the skin of your teeth. You may feel, actually this fits in really nicely with the other keyword. Passion is the other keyword. You may feel like you have no passion for life. It's like, I can't be bothered to do anything. Don't care about anything. Things that you used to enjoy, things that used to make you feel happy, used to make you feel better, just not touching the sides anymore. And that's because of what you're going through with this process. So if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling that there is a struggle, that's normal. If you're feeling really lackluster, you can't be bothered with anything, you don't enjoy anything, even in some cases it could be quite extreme, and it might, and this is true for me and this is why I'm mentioning it now, you may well have feelings of like, what's the point in living anymore? That's very normal. So please don't invest in those things as they come up after the full moon has peaked. So don't buy into them. If that is the way that you're feeling, can't be bothered, there's no point in living, I've got no reason to carry on living, everything's like meh, please don't buy into that. Please just know that it is a phase. It's as this negative energy is being dredged up, pulled out of us, that's what this is. It's not you, and it's not the truth. It's that 3D illusion being brought right up to the surface where you can see it and experience it, because it has to come up to come out. Okay? So please do not buy into it. There are things that you can do to clear through that kind of feeling quicker. And I've talked about this in Energetic Shift posts in there, so you can scroll back in that group once you're in and read about it. So Violet Flame healing is fantastic for that, because what it does is, as this stuff comes up, or this crappy stuff comes up, the Violet Flame transmutes it for you. So rather than it lingering and hanging around in your energy field and you experience it for longer, this can help to clear it. So I strongly recommend that you do energy clearing work over the next few days to help you to shift this quicker. Okay? The violet flame is a really good one because there's no kind of scuzzy residue. You're not just dumping the negative energy somewhere else. It actually transmutes it. And the violet flame energy is a spiritual gift for star beings and light workers. We have access to it because we're doing mega jobs on behalf of this planet to help ascend it. So please tap into that and use it. I know from my own point of view, the violet flame, I'd heard about it years ago and I tried it and I was like, well, it's not really doing anything for me, it's not for me. But I think it needs to be the right time to be using it, and I used the violet flame a lot to help me through the cruddy stuff. Sometimes I would be using the violet flame all day, every day, just to kind of keep on top of things because it was that intense, the clearing. So if that's you, please know that it can be normal to be like that, okay? Just to keep on top of things. There are other flames that you can use as well. And what I found is that the violet flame is the first one, like the initial one. And then as you progress through the levels, there are different levels of flame purification. So those are the kind of things that I talk about in my webinars. And I'm planning on doing a webinar on the 28th or around then of September, because there's a new moon starting then. So you can watch out for those. There'll be links below that you can access those kinds of things. So don't be alarmed if this kind of stuff is coming up for you, and please know that there is stuff that you can do. Also with this card as well, there's quite a grounding energy, so please remember to keep yourselves grounded. I mentioned some tips for grounding in the last video. Okay, and the last card, actually I think I'm going to end up taking some more cards, but this is the last one that I've taken so far, is Nettle. And immediately I'm noticing the green, very, very heart-based energy. The whole point of 5D is that we operate from the heart. We have to open our heart. 3D tells us that we cannot trust love, that we must shut down to it, that it brings us pain, but actually it's the 3D energy that is bringing us the pain. The expectations that we put on love that brings us pain. The negative patterns that we try to impose upon love is what brings the pain. So I'm trying to figure out when this is, because the last card was like a linear time scale, so I'm just trying to figure out where this card fits in. Okay, so the particular energy that we're going to be dealing with this full moon is actually helping to clear the heart space. So you may well find that you have kind of issues coming up around the heart. Now when I say that, it could be energetic. So it could be heart chakra related issues. And as the card suggests with the green energy, there could be jealousy and envy that comes up around relationships, things like that. That's not necessarily you, that could be other people as well. So just watch out for that. So it could be anything heart related, chakra wise, but also you may feel physical symptoms within your heart. I know whilst I was going through the really intense stuff, I would have, it can be quite scary to experience, like heart palpitations. My heart would be like going crazy with heart palpitations beating. I'm fortunate enough that I've got really good guides to kind of help me with stuff like that, and so I didn't go to the doctors and I didn't worry. But if you're concerned, go to the doctors, but I would probably guarantee they probably wouldn't find very much wrong with you, because it's energy shifting around your heart. So palpitations is one. Another thing that I would experience is like a weight on my heart, and it would affect my lungs as well, so I would feel like I couldn't breathe in properly. So if you feel that heaviness on your heart, please know that it's just the energy shifting, so that you can open your heart fully, so that you can experience 5D fully. And again, using the flame energy or other energy clearing methods will help to shift that quicker. Okay? So those are the cards there. I'm going to take one more card before I go. This is from the Crystal Therapy cards. So this was created to go with the Crystal Healing course by Nikki Thompson Guest. So let's take one of these just to finish off before we go. I'm doing quite well for time. So I hope this is helping you, and if it is, please like and share and subscribe. You might be interested in having a look at the links below, where it's got information about all the different types of healing, readings and courses that I hold. I think we're going to be getting two. Okay, we've got two, but they're basically both two types of quartz. And they've both got that real storm energy there. This is going to be a really powerful time. I know I mentioned in the last video that we're at a crucial point. This is just reiterating that for you and for me. So very, very powerful times. Try to ride the waves as best as you can. Try to keep yourself calm. What can happen is when it's really intense, we can start to panic. And the panicking makes things worse. Then the panic actually creates resistance because you try and pull back from the energy. Just allow the energy to flow as best as you can. Deal with it in the best ways that you can. And if that means that you have to lock yourself up at home and do nothing, then do that. Because if you push against it, you're extending the process and making it a bit more uncomfortable for yourself in the process. So we have quartz and rutilated quartz. Both very powerful crystals. The clear quartz will bring clarity, and what I feel the message of the clear quartz here is to please focus on what your intuition is telling you. You're very gifted. You have all of the answers within yourself. I'm just here to remind you. So please trust the feelings about what you should do. So, as I mentioned in the last video, your soul and your intuition can be very quiet, but it's very persistent in the background, whereas the 3D fear-based stuff can be very loud, very in your face. So you have to kind of get past that and step back into the kind of quiet voice of the soul to hear what it wants you to do. Sometimes, this has been coming up for me over the last few days, and I felt really pushed to say it, and I was waiting for the right time, and this feels like the right time to say it now. Sometimes our intuition and our soul gives us a message, something that we feel like we really need to do. We may be reluctant to do it, and then when we do it, we feel like it backfires on us. And our soul always knows what's best. So even if it feels like it's backfired, it's happened for a reason. So please continue to trust your intuition. Sometimes when we step forward towards what our soul wants us to do, it brings up more of that fear, because, how do I explain it? The closer we get to soul, the deeper we have to go with the clearing. And so as we step closer towards what soul wants us to do, it can bring up the fears that are still lodged in the way. So step closer to soul by following your intuition, and then fear comes up. So just clear the fears. Okay? Energy clearing methods like I've mentioned before. And then the other one, rutilated quartz. The key word here is movement. Rutilated quartz is basically quartz amplified, and this is really exaggerating that spiritual connection that you have. You came here as a soul for a reason. You came here at this time for a reason. You took on 3D negative patterns and energies for a reason. Because you're a powerful soul, because you came here to clear it on behalf of this planet. perhaps you've forgotten that. And so this card is trying to remind you. So hopefully that you will feel that truth within you. You can do this. You've come here in order to do this, to help. Your soul has specifically chosen to do it because you know that you can. You have everything that you need, and you just need to trust. I feel like there's just something else that's niggling in the background that wants to come forward, so I'm just going to give it a little minute to come through. None of what you're feeling is the truth. None of it is you. As a soul, you are pure light of the highest vibration. None of it is you. Don't hold on to any of it. That includes any external situations that are physical representations, manifestations of this 3D fear, a job that you're stuck in, a situation that you're stuck in. None of that is you. None of that is your truth. Stop believing it. Stop buying into it, because there is so much more available to you than that limitation. You have the power to create your life in the way that you choose to. You may not be able to manifest it just yet whilst you're going through the process of releasing the 3D. You might still be manifesting 3D as you're still holding on to that energy, but this process is designed to clear it. And so if you can work with the process and clear with the energies, you can make it go a lot easier for yourself. So I hope that helps you. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And check out any of the links that are below in the box. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.